Um, we're very pleased today, or very honored today, to have Senator Richard Lugar visiting Ener1. Senator Lugar is a visionary and strong proponent of alternative energy sources and reducing U.S. dependency on foreign oil. And we've had the opportunity today to discuss these important or critical issues with the Senator, and also to show him some of the Ener1's efforts where we see ourselves as being instrumental in being part of these solutions. We are developing the manufacturing of lithium-ion batteries here in Indiana. We're continuously increasing the number of employees. We're dedicated to this space. We're making the crucial battery, the lithium-ion battery technology that's going to be the enabler for hybrid electric vehicles, plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, and electric vehicles. And we're today going to take the Senator on a demonstration drive in the vehicle behind you, where we've fitted the Ener1 lithium-ion battery into the vehicle, and it's fully operational using the Ener1 battery. Senator Lugar?
I appreciate your hospitality. We've had a great briefing today on the overall issues facing us as Americans, quite apart from the specific issues you face at Ener1. And then this tour, this very impressive, in which you understand in the world currently, is that much of our automotive and transportation energy comes from oil. There are many who argue, and this is a daily procedure in the Senate, that the supplies of oil in this world are still very substantial, and most of us would agree with that. But at the same time, most of us who have briefings on oil from day to day note that the places in which oil is being found are more and more difficult. Literally, they've gone through all of this rhetoric just to underline the risk-taking that's involved in this company. That is well known to you. And you need to know that people appreciate that. And I'm one of them. And I will tell people what I've seen here today. Because you're producing for a market that should be there promptly, if we're to save the world, but isn't there quite so promptly. In bits and pieces is being found and identified. A good number of people in the American automobile industry will have to find the urgency we heard talked about much, quite apart from those in government. But the speeches that I'm giving publicly to national audiences indicate that the issue is for real. In my judgment, the most important issue our presidential candidates could be discussing, because it touches upon all the other issues. It touches upon the problems of war and peace and international relations, the development of populations in countries that haven't had much going for them. It clearly touches upon our domestic needs for energy, but likewise all the opportunities for new jobs, for the utilization of American talent, for the spurring of other young people to take the engineering courses or the other technical courses that will be required if we are to have the manpower and woman power to do the job down the trail. Across the board, whatever the issue is, in some way, energy challenges make a difference. And so I'll continue to encourage John McCain or Barack or Hillary or whoever our colleagues are in the Senate to talk much more about this, and to be prepared at least to work with some of us in the months and years ahead. And I just take my hat off to all of you for the talents that you bring to bear, the risks that you take, but likewise the confidence that I have that you will be successful, that historically you will be well ahead of the game. And I'm about to take a ride in another Prius, and we've had some fun talking about my Prius experiences, but I will just share with those of you who have not heard already that 3 years ago I bought a Prius. It was not an easy task. The Toyota lobbyist in Washington indicated there was a pretty long line at the local Prius dealer. And it would take a while, and it did. 4 months after I indicated that I was interested in buying this car, I went down the south part of the county and picked up the car. And it was one of these situations in which fairly rapidly television station of Indianapolis that had a stringer over there said, well, that's a very surprising development. An Indiana senator buying a Toyota Prius car. You know, what is happening in this world? But in any event, after the novelty of that, my colleagues then saw me wheeling this thing into the Senate garage every day, and likewise wondered what in the world had gotten into me, or what we were trying to prove now with this situation. Bit by bit, I noticed a few more of these Priuses showing up from time to time, but not to worry, the stampede was limited in all of this. We had then testimony before the Foreign Relations Committee by the former head of the CIA, who said, Lugar, you think you're so clever, but the plug-in Prius is really what you need. And I said, well, I'm all for that. Where is one? Well, there wasn't one around. A year or so later, they did produce such a car down in front of a hotel, one of the hotels in Washington, where they were having some sort of technical meeting. But that's the last one of those that I've seen in Washington, and I don't expect to be able to purchase one very rapidly. This is why I was querying today how rapidly you could produce one, or at least energize somebody else to get this done. But the fact is that now people are interested in the Prius. They actually ask, how many miles to the gallon you get? And without stretching the truth, I can say routinely something like 48. If I have a particularly good tank of gas, it may even be 51. Which requires some coasting down the George Washington Parkway and other devices of that sort, but it can be done. Well, this is astonishing to my colleagues who are still in the 15-mile, 20-mile to the gallon business. It's embarrassing to all of my colleagues who are great energy advocates. We're busy talking about worldwide energy and bad oil and all the rest of that, but then are routinely now quizzed by newsmen, what are you driving? That was true of all the presidential candidates, and they were all driving very big cars. The fact is, maybe for security, you want to have that. My grandfather, who was an inventor of sorts, said, I want 5,000 pounds of steel around me. And that was sort of a family maxim for many years. Well, bit by bit, we have to get over it. But I intervene with this thought that it takes a while. And each of us who are impatient wish that somehow all of this was foreseen faster. And we will all have to be better advocates in our own way. I know you will with actual demonstration here, and I will do my best out on the stump. Thank you very much.
It works. That's good. That's always good. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.